Hello, beautiful souls. This is Lisa. Welcome to this full cold moon in Cancer, sun in Capricorn, intuitive messages. I feel really excited by this connection today, and I'm going to sit here and share the intuitive messages that are coming through to uplift and support us through this transition of the end of another calendar year. Truly, it's about the transition into a new season. And this season is all about, it feels strongly about recovery, emotional healing, deep emotional healing. So let's just take a minute before I get rambling. And let's take a few deep breaths together. And I ask at this time that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from a loving source divine, Mother, Father, God, in unity, shining light upon and within the child of light that is you, here experiencing this transition in the vessel of flesh. So I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, a happy solstice, a happy Festivus, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that, whichever of the holy days you celebrate. Because ultimately the celebration is and was about light and love, that which we are, while walking through the experience of being light in flesh. And it's not, hey, last night at the gathering that we attended, I heard someone as soon as they come in, like, we made it to another year. It wasn't easy. It hasn't been easy for many of us. Many of you, I feel at this time, will be beginning to feel coming home to self again. It's a reunion of sorts, and yet it's a reunion that encourages and allows and seeks exposure, seeks to be seen as the beautiful beings of light that we each are. We're each a shining star in, the galaxies not so far, those that we can visualize. And I don't mean, it's not like to identify with, a particular star system or anything like that. It's about understanding, while in the flesh, the light of Christ that shines within each and every one of us. And it's really not about the outer journey. It's about the inner journey. And that inner journey, as long as we're alive, I trust is, so far experience has shown, is ever deepening. And it's an ever deepening connection to the soul essence that we each are, that I am, that I have always been. And it's really through the journey of healing our heart, coming to terms with, the dysfunction of it all, the trauma of it all, and allowing ourselves to move forward, allowing ourselves through conscious contact with a loving father, a loving mother, that wants only the most joyful experience of our little beating heart. right? Feet padding around on the mossy earth, delighting at the sense and the wonder of it all. So let's let's just get right in here. And I've been guided to work with various decks that I've been guided to use for the angel messages that have been delivered and that I'm delivering. So here we are, and we're going to start with the Blue Angel Oracle. Oh, yes. So our full moon is about 4 hours away. It's 3:17 on the 26th of December as I record this, and the full moon is at 7:33 Eastern Standard Time. And it's the full moon in Cancer, and the sun is in Capricorn. So this moon is all about emotional sensitivity, the softness and gentleness within, under perhaps a tough exterior, or as they say, a thick skin. So it's about our home energy and how we're nurturing the home that our eternal soul currently resides in. So I feel like this is really encouraging, and perhaps the memories, childhood, stuff that may be coming up, which is coming up to be healed, and truly once and for all to let it go, to understand. Let me just read the channeled message that came through. So it was about this full moon, and as I just briefly connected because with the full moon energy, because what wanted to be shared is our spiritual connection to everything. And of course we're affected by the full moon. Of course we're affected by the energetics of other people in our life. Of course we're affected by the global shenanigans that are taking place. We're affected by everything. And so what is the purpose of it all? What is the purpose of it all? I'm sure it can't be to walk through life in, irritation and annoyance all the time, or telling people off, and, like, enough is enough. And it's all about this home energy home energy journey within. And it's about that ever deepening connection to source, to self, the intuition, the wisdom, the abilities and gifts that we each have. It's coming to terms with that through the release of childhood memories, the releasing of generational trauma within, because all children have been wounded when all children have ever needed or wanted, deeply desired, is love and this sense of security. And for many, unfortunately, that sense of security wasn't born within the home space. And again, that is because of all this trauma. It's said that we are the product of 7 generations, and what we do ripples 7 generations. So that's huge. And so it's like we're the 8, the soul self, in the center of this experience of trauma and healing of that. And it's like this continual coming in, pouring into the self, receiving that which is poured into us through source, through our loved ones in spirit, through our connection to nature, our pets, all of it. Oh, of course. The Orion Gate, the service card. And is that number 33 or 32? I knew I would need more light. It's 33. Yeah. So, talking about stars and they're not needing to be the need to identify with a particular constellation or cluster of stars or particular star. I feel like our connection is meant to be inspired by all that we are and all that we get to experience, and are following our joy. And this, I love sharing like this. I feel so in my element, and deeply inspired to just share like the realness of it all. And I understand. I can deeply empathize and relate to the experience of being human, not being like, a skip, hop, skip, and jump through the beautiful meadows of wildflowers. Yet visually, I can see it totally. And so that's the point. The point is caring for the vessel of light that is us, recognizing the beauty that is us, and pouring our love all over our experience until those memories that were once painful, that trauma that once lived, perhaps even frozen within the cellular vessel that is you, that is me. We have the opportunity, and this full moon is really encouraging us to go for it, to harness our power through an acknowledgement of what was. There's nothing that can change about what has taken place. The beauty is, and the gift is, seeing that we are the vessel of change. Through, then we get Luna Rosa, emotional healing, emotional sensitivity. This is what it's about. Gentleness, becoming softer with ourselves, allowing ourselves, what number is this? Oh, this is a 22. So two master numbers here, 33 and 22. 33, the recognition of the Christic light, the light of Christ that shines within us. That same light that the mystic, our brother, our fellow humanitarian who walked the path of service, Jesus the Christ, reminds us of who we are. And the moon, this is a perfect card to come out, because it shows that through the energy of unconditional love, we heal. And as we heal, we come into our power. We claim and harness our power. And this very hour, every very hour, is the opportunity to harness our power. I am angel of manifestation, wealth. What is this? 13. I am abundance. I am the angel of manifestation. We are here. We are God's greatest creation, creator, source, whatever. Let's not split hairs. That's not even something I would normally say. Let's not split hairs. When it comes to eternity, this is just, this is a mere opportunity to transform from the chrysalis, from the cocoon, into this radiant, powerful, emotionally balanced, joyfully honoring their path of service, your path of service, earth angel that you are. Stars, it's like stars. I'm seeing like stars fallen from creation's eyes, not tears, stars, lights, with everything they could ever need in this life to achieve fulfillment. Excuse me, I need a drink. To achieve fulfillment, to tap into the abundance that is our divine birthright. Each and every one of us. Everything that the whole structure externally that we live within has been created to work against us, to work against the natural flow and rhythm of life, to work against the rhythm and flow of dear Mother Earth and the cyclical changes that each of us have experienced continually throughout our life, 4 times a year. So if this resonates with you, you may not believe me. You may be sitting there going, you know, this woman's crazy. Oh, this is so beautiful. The she-wolf. You may not believe me, and that's fine. Take what you like, what resonates, and leave the rest. That's okay. This is a safe space where we all get to come to terms with who and what we are at our own pace, in our own way. There's a belief among some traditions and cultures that we don't reach adulthood, you know, the state of a mature adult. We don't mature as an adult until our 50th winter. So, you know, we're just getting there. You know, we're just getting there, or we're just over there. So it's okay. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Allow who you are. I laugh because someone that I watch pulled this same card for my sign, Virgo. Unleash the wild within. And the wild is that wild little child, you know, like crazy hair blowing in the wind, bare feet padding along the earth, feeling the sensation of all of it, whether it was the hot pavement or perhaps the tar, you know, down the middle of the road, or the warmth and the coolness of the soft grass, you know, all of it. We're here to have that experience that's simplistic, and it works in harmony with the cyclical changes of nature, of the seasons, of the moon, of the rising and setting of the sun. The sun sets today at 4:44. That's pretty magical. Angel number. I didn't know that. So this card comes from the love of our ancestors, and our ancestors on the other side, regardless of what, again, it's that 7 generations, all are here encouraging this transformation, encouraging this healing, not regretful, sorry that they weren't able to do better, sorry they didn't do better. That sounds strange, because it's like we're told to live with no regrets, right? And yet, how many regrets are people carrying around? How much sadness are people carrying around? And yet, the love of our ancestors, regardless whether we knew them in life, regardless of how they were, how they behaved, and there are many of us come from generations of ancestors perhaps behaving badly, you know, at least probably 3 or 4 generations back, once the real disharmony came with living in balance with the earth, with nature. So here we are, this opportunity to transform it all, and being encouraged to transform it all, because through it all, through our emotional healing, we come to balance, and we come to this space where we're able to co-create and manifest from a joyful space. As I was saying, connecting and sharing with all of you. I love it. Here I am, you know, not even at 1,000 subscribers, 10 years in on this channel, and I'm still here because I love sharing. And I look forward to doing so now that, you know, I've matured a little, surpassed the 50th winter mark now, really sharing, hopefully, down-to-earth practical ways that support you in awakening to the Christ light, the creative light that shines within, your uniqueness. We're not here to conform and fit in. My goodness, those of you connecting with this channel, new or you've been with me for a while, you certainly weren't born to fit in. You're here to break the mold. And this is what, this is the beauty of this day and age that we live in, where we're able to connect, for now. we're next step, telepathic communication. And many of you are doing it. Many of us are doing it. So another one from the ancestors I'm feeling. Doesn't feel weather-wise much like Christmas here in Canada. It feels more like spring. Oh, the Lord, there's another one here that wants to come. Okay. So, we got the Lord and we got the Druid. And the Lord says, take charge and with authority. Take charge with authority. And so, yes, this is this healing that we're doing, this healing that we've been, that's been ever deepening, this acceptance of self, this, all of it has brought us to this point where we are meant to share our wisdom, our knowledge, our healing, our art, all of it. And in a way that supports our ability to thrive and continue to ever deepen the experience of joyful service in this life. Yeah, I feel so like, I can just feel it. It's exciting. And then we've got the Druid, and it says, hold the space. So what would you like to see born in your life? What if I asked you right now, if you could do anything in the world that would make your heart flutter, that would put a big smile on your face, that would, have you giddy with delight, what would you do? And whatever the answer, some of you, it may come quickly. Others, you may, be scratching your head, wondering and thinking, what would I do? I don't know. Personally, for me, this is what I would do. And I'm going to continue to grow on this. And finally, I feel like I have, I'm healed enough to do it. I'm not going to say I'm 100% healed because, are we ever? If it's this ever deepening journey, are we ever? It's all about the continual expansion, though. It's all about the growth. That is the reward. And this Druid is giving me like wizard energy, hermit energy, magician energy, all of it. Wisdom. Trusting the inner knowing. When to speak and when to listen. Silence is golden. And therein lies some of the biggest blessings. And I just feel like one more, or just this last deck, some final messages. Children, healing the inner child. This is what heals. And as we heal our inner child, I feel that there's a gentleness as we love our inner child and accept, because how many of us can say we felt and received unconditional love and acceptance throughout our childhood experience? And whatever we experience in childhood, we carry through, whether we've forgotten about it or we don't think about it or we don't talk about it because we're not there anymore. It still exists. It still exists until we acknowledge it, love it, accept it, because in doing that, we heal ourselves, and through that, we experience forgiveness. And forgiveness and the release of guilt and shame, because many of us had those energies projected on us from other wounded children who had a similar experience. If you see what I mean, what I'm talking about, generationally. And you can see it particularly in families that have generational addiction issues, whether it's, alcoholism is the big one. So returning to our power, returning to our breath. Our inner child resides down there below our heart. Down there we've got 21, birth to 21 that sits down there below the heart. So, make a start. Make a start at what you can, whatever's coming up. Because through the process, and you gain clarity. You see yourself more clearly, and you see your experience more clearly, and you see those who, what do I want to say, perpetuated the trauma experience into your experience. We get to see all of those ancestors, those loved ones, more clearly. This is Archangel Metatron. I'm guided back to this card. It's the truth. As I was saying earlier, if there's something here that doesn't resonate with you, that's cool. That's cool, because it's more about the vibration and the frequency. What do you feel? What do you feel? And this is how we come to discover divine truth. It's not through words that we read or anything like that. It's through personal experience of the child of light that we each are, the worthy and deserving and lovable child of light that we each are, that we're born from God's heart. Some might say the cosmic heart. Again, I believe we are all speak of the same, all that are loving, and yes, all that are loving. There's no justification for for war or anything like that. There is no justification. The holy war takes place within the holy ground that we walk upon each and every day. And if we're still in this paradigm where we're taking sides, actually, you're probably not watching this video. So we'll leave it there. Archangel Metatron, working with your crystals, working with sacred geometry, spirals. Again, we've got those spirals of light. Your angels want to support your heart's delight. Your angels want to see you living a life thriving in abundance, richly rewarded for honoring your path of service. This card, because you are healing. Again, look at this golden light. The light of the Christ shines within. This is the season of the return of the light. And we're going to use these next few months to till, if you will, the soil, the cellular body that we live within, until I feel we can hold the highest. This is what we're here to do. Plug in through the soles of your feet and allow yourself to elevate, to rise to heights never yet experienced or seen in your life. And as we go into the new calendar year, I keep saying that because the new year is truly spring, right? Winter is a season of death and, rebirth and regeneration and all of this kind of stuff. So, we live in a world where we've been tricked. Tomfoolery and trickery has been rampant afoot. And so this is, again, where we come into our power by acknowledging and recognize, not just following the crowd, because that's what everybody else believes, so I'm going to believe that. Nonsense. Trust that you know divine truth. And the healing is taking place of the child that lives within you, the child that was born with generational trauma. No fault, no fault to the children who gave birth or were a part of the creation of you. Your responsibility, our responsibility at this time is to heal those wounds within so that all that's left is love. Love. Love of the self. Love of the mother, of the father, of the child, of all of it. Because that entire experience brings us to this pivotal moment, this most opportune, abundantly opportune moment to go forward, living our heart's delight, focused on what am I here to do? Do I need shoes? That just popped in. Yeah, sometimes, unfortunately. What are we here to do? And let's get busy doing it. And let's engage. Let's interact with one another. Let's, clean our home and welcome others into our space. Allow ourselves to receive love, kinship, companionship, fellowship, friendship, all of these things that connect us. And, as our experience is, it's a coming together and a retreating, and all of it is supportive and nurturing, first and foremost to ourselves. And from there, from that deep wellspring, from that clean vessel of light, we get to go forth and live our heart's delight, trusting and honoring that a loving mother and father want only their child to experience the riches and the peace and harmony of this thing called life. So I feel like I've rambled enough. We're coming up to 32. Am I going to see it? 32, 32. Here it is. Yes. We are loved, guided, and supported at all times, whether you call him God, Father, Lord, Savior. The truth is, we are each the light of the Christ, born now, here now, to shine and rise from, I want to say slumber of lies. Perhaps someone needed to hear that. So, thank you so much for being here. Happy full moon. Have some fun. Create some ceremony that supports you and nurtures you. Clean your home space. Cleanliness is next to godliness, they say. And until next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up on the way out. Drop a comment down below. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again real soon. Until then, take good care. May this full moon bring abundant blessings to you.